Hey guys, today we are going to talk about how to create an email campaign using Uneeqlee's great tool set. Where we're at right now is in the email campaigns tab. So if you were on the home page right here, you're going to scroll down over on the left hand side of the screen to where it says email campaigns. I just want you to click that link. And it's going to bring us into the email campaigns tab. From right there, I want you to click on the add button. All right. Now, underneath this page, we're just going to go through each one of these so you kind of know what they are. All right, mail campaign details. The ID, don't worry about it. It's our first email campaign, so the ID right now is set to zip, to nothing. Status is set to inactive. By default, every new mail campaign that you open and start will be set to inactive, and we're going to leave it that way until we're ready. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Now, we're going to label this one as fitness. We have created a mobile website named Fitness Made Mobile in one of our other videos, and we're just going to continue on with that. And we're going to make this email campaign for that website. All right, so we're going to just name this Fitness, and this label is just for you so that you remember what this email campaign is about. Nobody else is going to see this. And that is the same as this description as well. So we'll just call this Fitness Made Mobile. All right, just so that we can remember what's going on. Now, upon finishing with this email campaign, what do we want this to do? Do we want it to stop sending these emails, or do we want it to restart from the very beginning and start sending all those emails just one after another again to our people in our email list? And we're just going to click on stop because that's what I want to do. Now, depending on what sort of email campaign this is, you can absolutely click on restart and it'll restart sending those emails again to your members. All right, enable auto import runs once a day. Now we have either yes or no on this, and we want to select yes because we're going to, what that does, this auto import is importing the names out of our email or our contact lists that we've created. And so I've created a couple, I've created test and test list. All right, and we're going to select these. This is the SMS, so this is from our text messaging, and we don't want to use that for sending out our emails, so we're going to not select that. We're just going to select these two, and we can see our contact lists just by clicking on Contact Manager, and we'd be able to see which contacts are in which list. Okay, now none of this is filled in because we haven't sent out any emails. Once we start sending out emails and adding contacts to this campaign, these statistics will start filling out, and you'll see them right here. Same as right down here. You'll start seeing all of these start to raise up, and you'll see, you know, how many emails were sent out every day, how many were opened, how many were rejected, how many bounced, and so forth. Lots of statistics right here. All right, so we're just going to click on Save. All right, and our first details portion of our campaign is done. Now we have our message list and our contact list are the next two that we're going to deal with. All right, now let's just hop in here to message list. And this is where we're going to actually create the messages that are going to go out to our members. All right, so once again, we just click on add. And we're just going to work down here. So ID once again is set to 0. Type we're going to leave as standard. You either have opt-in or standard, and we're going to leave this to standard. Order number is going to be set to 1 automatically since this is our first email. Delay time is set to automatic of 24 hours. And this says 24, but over here on the right it says hours after previous message. Well, this is going to be our first message, and so we want it to 0 so that this will be sent out as soon as someone is added to our list. All right, from right here, we see from name, reply to, and subject. Well, right in here in our from name and reply to, we have curly brackets and then some information on the inside and then a closing curly bracket on both of these. And what these are called tags. And we can view those right here by clicking on this. And what this is going to do is this says from name, all right? And it says my first name, my last name. And you can see that right here under my first name, my last name, my username, so forth, my email. these are going to be our information that is connected to our Uneeqlee account. Okay, and then you have contact up here, email, first name, last name, phone number, country. Those are the people that are in our lists. All right, so that is going to be your members' information. And then general up here, this is your information as well. So this is your domain name, this is your site name, your opt-out URL, and your opt-in URL. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put our subject line in here, which is just going to say fitness made mobile. Okay, and underneath here, I have already just typed up a quick email that we can use for this, and we're going to use one of those tags. So how you use one of those is we'd put a space here, and anywhere where your cursor is at, if we click on, let's say, contact, underneath contact, and you click on first name, it's going to add their first name. So every first name of the people that are in your list is going to be here. So if you're sending out, let's say, 400 emails to 400 different people, it's going to say, hey, John, Susan, Sally, however many names are in there. It's going to make it personalized for each person. Okay, and then under here at the bottom, we're going to say you may opt out at any time by clicking the link below. All right, so let's put our cursor right here, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to put our opt-out URL. So this is in case they want to opt out of your email list. They have the option. And we are required in the US to give members the option to opt out of your list. Okay, now we look at this, and this all looks pretty good right here. Now we're just going to click on Save. Excellent. Now that first message is saved, and it even says right up here, your entry has been saved. All right, so let's close out of this. Now, we have not actually imported any contacts into this campaign just yet. When we click on details, we see that test and test list are what we're going to import in here. And that, once again, like I said, you can see underneath Contact Manager. All right, and I've created these named test list right here, and this one was just test. All right, and we're going to import those over. And so we're going to come back down in here to email campaigns. We're going to open this up. And then we're going to go over here into contact list and see there's no actual contacts in this list yet. So what we're going to do is, since we have these two selected, we're going to click on import contacts, and that is going to import the contacts from our contact list, our contact manager, into this email campaign. All right, there's a couple other things we can do in here. You can export these out. You can remove all contacts, so if you don't want these contacts from that list anymore, you can remove them all. You can set all members to the first message, so if you're on, let's say, message number 7 and you want everybody to start back at the beginning, you can click this button and it'll put everybody at 1. This will set everyone to a different message, and this one, like I said before, automatically imports. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to come down to details, and we're going to change this from inactive to active. Now, one thing that I want to cover is, if you ever want to make any changes to your email campaign, you first have to make the campaign status inactive and then click Save, and then you'd be able to actually edit something in here. Because once it's set to active, you cannot edit anything in your email campaign until it is set to inactive. So we're going to click this and we're going to make it active. And then come down here to save, and now we're ready to go. See where it says contacts for? And now those messages are also going to automatically be sent out here momentarily. And we'd be able to see this right down here in our graph. All right, guys, and that is the basics of how to set up your email campaign with the Uneeqlee tools. If you have any questions at all, please create us a support ticket right down here at the bottom of your screen where it says trouble ticket. with your question, and we will definitely get back to you as quickly as possible and help you out with those problems. Or send us an email to support@uneeqlee.com, and we will help you out promptly. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Have a fantastic day.